All right, I think we're good to get started. How's everyone doing? Hopefully everyone's still awake after the keynote. Everyone's good to go. Coffee, everything's good. All right. So I am Zack Ontiveros. I'm a product manager at Google, focused on cloud identity. Does anyone here know what cloud identity is? I'd be really surprised if you did. That's good. So if you're who here also is an existing G Suite or GCP customer? All right, great. So what I'm going to do today is we're going to talk a little bit about what cloud identity is, talk a little bit about cloud identity onboarding, and then I'm going to give you a bit of a teaser for the next two talks. Obviously, I want to hype up our other masterclass sessions. They're quite good, so I highly recommend you guys stick around. So we can get started with what is cloud identity. And if you're a G Suite customer, you actually use cloud identity every day today already. Cloud identity is the identity management features that we have inside of G Suite. So this is your directory, this is your APIs, this is your SSO, your MFA, everything that you're using today to secure your online G Suite identities. We've gotten a lot of feedback from our customers that they have identity management needs for people outside of their knowledge workers, people who are using the collaboration services. We've also gotten a lot of feedback from our other Google Cloud customers that they really love the identity management features in G Suite, but they don't necessarily want to onboard their entire business into G Suite and have to pay the $5 a user license. So cloud identity is pretty much the identity management features in G Suite and the G Suite admin console available as a standalone product. And it is available as a free standalone product for all of our existing Google Cloud customers. The benefit of cloud identity is it's not a new thing, it's not untested, it's not something that no one's used before and we don't know that it'll scale, we don't know anything will work. This is the same identity management system that already underlies Google Cloud. So it powers our Chrome for work, it powers Android for work, it powers Google Cloud, and it already powers G Suite. And within G Suite, if you're familiar with our SSO services we already have, hopefully you are. We don't do a great job evangelizing it. But we already have a mature SSO catalog. We already have the G Suite marketplace out there with a total of over 1,000 apps between them to support both SSO over both OIDC and SAML. So from Google's perspective, what are the essential platform services that we're looking to provide as a base layer, entry-level IDaaS system to manage Google identities? For us, first, it's obviously management. You need to have your users, your groups. We also see devices, so how you access is just as important as who is accessing. And your applications, making sure that the users have access to the right applications at the right time. Piggybacking on access, it's authentication. So leveraging the existing authentication that all of our billions of consumer users use today, supporting SSO over SAML and OIDC, supporting authorization and enforcement of things like multi-factor authentication to make sure that they are actually authenticating in the ways that you want them to. And finally, the theme of this entire summit is it's driven by standards, right? We want to make sure we're interoperating with everyone. Everyone's following the same thing. So we support SAML, OpenID Connect, OAuth, SCIM, and we're definitely really all for FIDO. And if you stick around again for the next masterclass session, I'm sure Christiaan Brand will be very happy to talk to you about security keys. I do really just want to emphasize that we're really excited to bring to bear a lot of the things that were already existing in the consumer space, a lot of the things that we use to secure our billions of identities that use Gmail today, and bring that into the enterprise marketplace and give admins the control over those same features. Again, Adam did a great job at the keynote, but I think we need to do a better job about really evangelizing to the community how great our account security is, how much information we use to power smart login challenges, smart password alert, what we bring to the community to bear. And finally, the reliability that underlies the system, right? It's not, again, it's the same thing that G Suite customers have been using for a decade. This is not something new and untested. This is something that we're confident our customers can onboard onto and be confident in their security. So we're definitely huge evangelists of security keys. So what we're happy to announce that previously only available in the G Suite Enterprise SKU, the security key management feature is actually going to be made available for free in the Cloud Identity SKU. So now not only are you able to use security keys, but you're also able to manage those security keys from the Google Admin Console. From our perspective, as I said earlier, how you access is just as important as who is accessing. So as a base introductory offering inside the free Cloud Identity SKU, you also get basic mobile device management. So you're able to enroll your devices, you're able to set screen lock policies, and you're able to perform remote account wipe. Just a really quick overview. I know it's a laundry list of features. For anyone wanting to create users, it's pretty much unlimited users. We start with a default limit of 50 for abuse reasons, but if you are a company that works with us, we're happy to work with you to increase the limit to whatever your needs. We have admin managed groups, SSO with SAML and OIDC, multi-factor enforcement, including security keys and security key management. We have our reporting, obviously, on our admin login tokens groups and SAML. Basic MDM, as I said, our password alert tool, sync with AD via GCDS and Google's G Suite password sync, sorry. And I do want to take a moment here and just call out that we're not incredibly picky whether or not you use us as the IDP, you use us as their online IDP, RP to some sort of on-prem identity management system. Our goal is to make sure that as you use Google services, your accounts are managed and your accounts are secure. And finally, we have our admin SDK, so we have our directory API, and the GAM command line tool. So if you need to automate any of your processes, we have APIs available for you. So hopefully you're asking yourself, and I hopefully conveyed myself properly, that we'll go into Q&A later if I did not, but hopefully you're asking yourself, so how do I get cloud identity? What is the process for getting it? So I'm going to really quickly just jump over. We're launching 2 different flows in the next week or so for our existing Google Cloud customers to get cloud identity. So one is for our existing GCP customers. So again, just quick raise of hands. Who is an existing GCP customer? And if I don't mind, I don't know if we have microphones. How do you do identity management in GCP today? You're not the administrator. Okay. Okay. So today, actually, we don't have a standalone identity management system for our GCP customers. Most of them leverage our existing G Suite services in order to get identity management. Today, though, or not today, but starting in the next week or so, you'll be able to go into the Cloud Console, go over to what will be the new Identity tab underneath the IAM and Admin section, and it'll let you sign up for the new Cloud Identity product. So you'll be able to create a new Cloud Identity admin and onboard. It's always great if it's loading. There we go. You'll be able to sign up and start managing your users. This unlocks a whole lot of other really awesome identity and access management features inside of GCP. So in January, we launched something called the Cloud Resource Manager. This pretty much introduces the GCP organization concept, which allows you to group projects and folders underneath one common organization and centrally administer IAM roles. As I said previously, that was only available to our G Suite customers. And now even if you don't have G Suite, you sign up for Cloud Identity, you get the same feature set. Separately, and bear with me, I'm going to log out really quickly. Separately for our G Suite customers, and I don't know how fast the internet's going at the moment. All right, my computer does not want to connect, so I'll leave it at that. Separately for our G Suite customers, you just go into your admin console, you go to the billing tab in the admin console, and you pretty much just enable the new Cloud Identity subscription. What that'll unlock for you is the ability to create G Suite list users. So let's say you have floor workers, retail workers, anyone who needs to log into some Google service, you'll also now be able to provision identities for them as well for free and be able to manage their access to all the same things as you use with your G Suite users. So jump back over. So I realize I talk very quickly and I apologize. But looking to the future. So what is Google doing here in Cloud Identity? The first is really a table stakes things for us. It's part of a bigger picture. We want to make sure that as you use Google services, your accounts are super secure. I'm not too, hopefully is anyone familiar with Google's Beyond Corp story? By show of hands. If you have not read it, I highly, highly recommend reading our Beyond Corp white paper. Sam will also be talking in the masterclass later about a context-aware access. But it's pretty much how Google does network security and how Google does application access internally. We have a zero trust network. I can sign in and access internal Google resources from anywhere in the world, and we want to help the rest of the world work in the same way. So In our audience, we also have Amit, which is the identity-aware proxy PM, which is our proxy for GCP. Please grab him afterwards if you want to learn more. But cloud identity is part of that story. So we want to make sure people can access everything they need securely from anywhere in the world. So I'm going to stop there in the presentation. I actually wanted to take this opportunity to ask the audience, especially those who use G Suite and GCP today, to give me feedback, just to understand, is this something you're interested in? Does this meet your needs? Is the feature set full enough? And is this something that you'd envision yourself using once it launches? I'm not sure if we have microphones that I could pass out, but they're here. Anyone want to give any feedback? Here you go. I'm sure everyone's super awake at the moment.
Hi. First, I love Google. And if your guys' products and services work in the identity provider space in a way that we need, and they're always up and available, at least reasonably so, we'd love to use some of those products and services. So absolutely, love to hear more about this. Excited to be here. Happy to hear you guys share more about what you're doing. So,
I promise you that was not a plant. That was completely.
I work for Nordstrom. I don't work for Google. So.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's really a quick overview. You guys should be expecting this feature to be rolling out. So if you're not a GCP customer, we'd love for you to think about becoming a GCP customer and start using Cloud Identity. If you're an existing G Suite customer, really excited about you using the service to manage any other identities that you have today. You'll see a blog post come as you guys are actually early access. No one else knows about this yet, so the big booth, I've got a lot of questions so far sitting at the booth downstairs with the big Cloud Identity logo, what this is. It seems like we have a question. But this will be rolling out in the next week or so.
So we are using G Suite currently and want to enable the SSO on the admin console.
Mm-hmm.
Currently we are not able to do it. Want to find out when do you have a plan to put that on roadmap?
To enable SSO in the admin console?
Yeah.
So we support both as an inbound SSO and outbound SSO via SAML in the admin console today.
My question is specific to administrators of G Suite doing SSO and logging into the console, not to the end users.
Logging into the console. So the way it works today is it's pretty much because you're setting up I think I know what your question is. Because you set up SSO from the console, if there's anything wrong with your SSO and you can't switch it out in the console, then you're pretty much locked out. So I believe today we allow you to log in directly to it instead of using SSO just so you can't get yourself into this loop state.
But I do have many other customers where they support both. So there is a break glass access. If your SSO is not working, you can use that break glass to get into it. I will not name those, but that functionality does exist in the market. So that's not something excuse I would buy.
I totally understand, and I'm just letting you know that's why it works that way today. But it's great feedback, and I'll take that on to them. Thank you.
Hi. So we use G Suite in our organization with another IDaaS product, and that's because we want to also provision accounts into those other cloud services. And I think G Suite only does the federation. Mm-hmm. So are there plans to add that sort of capability directly into G Suite?
So the free cloud identity SKU, so users with the free cloud identity license, they actually don't have the auto-provisioning capabilities, but we do have some auto-provisioning capabilities inside G Suite today. I believe we support 3 apps, and I wish off the top of my head I could 5 apps now. We just recently launched a 5. So if you look inside where you set up SSO, there's also now checkboxes to also enable auto-provisioning in those applications as well. We'd love to get feedback on which applications you'd like for us to add to our catalog. All right, so I think we're done with questions. Someone told me if no one asks the question in 6 seconds, then we're all set. I know this was brief. I hope you guys stick around. I'm more than happy to chat with any of you. I'll be at the booth for the rest of the conference to learn more about your needs or how cloud identity could work in your organization. Very excited for Christiaan and Amit's. They'll be talking about strong auth. And then, as I said, Sam will be talking a lot about context-aware access in our Beyond Corp story. We'll be back in however long it is for Christiaan and Amit to get set up. All right, thank you very much.